Hello everyone and welcome back to Journey into Thunder. On today's video we're going to be talking day 3 of Terrificon. So if you haven't seen my other videos on day 1 and 2, I'll put a link down below so that you can go and visit those. We've got a great video today of talking about the Sunday, the last day of Terrificon. I picked up a big stack of books and I got a few very special things. So come along on the journey with me and I'll show you what I got up to. So day 3, it was all about trying to get those Walt Simonson sketches. So as I said previously, the priority was these sketches, so it meant getting up very, very early on that Sunday. So we drove, we were probably about an hour's drive away from the Mohegan Sun. So we needed to be leaving the hotel at probably between 6, quarter past 6, something like that, to be getting there for the 7 to 7:30 line effectively. So we got there nice and early, probably about 20 past 7. I think we were number 5 or 6 in the queue, which was so, I mean, I was quite impressed we got there so early. And me and my wife were talking about a strategy of how we get to the front of the Walt Simonson queue. So in theory, I was just going to run safely and securely all the way through the exhibition hall to the front. So as I say, we got there at about quarter past 7, 7:30. Very, very close to the front, but we still weren't going to be let in until 9:30. So as we had a bit of a wait, we went to go see if we could find some. One of us stayed in the queue whilst one of us went to go try and find some food. We weren't allowed to sit down, which was a bit frustrating, so we had to stand up the whole way. At about 8 o'clock, probably quarter past 8, so we've been standing in the queue for half an hour, 45 minutes roughly. A very, very kind gentleman came past us and said, and I wasn't actually in the queue at this time, so it was just my wife, came past and said, would anybody like some exhibitor passes? And I think he just gave it to my wife, gave 2 passes so that then we could get in. And this was like dream moment here. This is when you talk about those people in life who are genuine superheroes, because that Sunday was all about getting a Walt Simonson sketch. And the only way I could do that was by getting to the front of the queue or get in early. There was somebody who was extremely kind to us, who gave us an exhibitor's pass, wristbands. So we went straight in, and this was probably, as I say, 8 to quarter past 8. And we thought, wow, this is quite amazing. There's no one really here. The exhibitors are starting to set up, so it was super quiet. And so we just went straight to the Walt Simonson queue, and we thought no one was going to be there. And amazingly, we got there, and there was already 2 people waiting, which I'm going to get onto some of the things which I would say are, I'm going to say the word frustrating again, but probably something needs to be thought about on this. So we got in, and we were 3rd in line, or 3rd and 4th in line at, as I say, 8, quarter past 8. So there was 2 people already in front of us. So they were exhibitors, or vendors, however you want to call it, who had already got in. And one guy was kind of working down the way, and then another one who's clearly working for another exhibitor to then get a sketch or something. So we then waited, and bearing in mind it was kind of this 8 o'clock time, it wasn't then opening till 9:30. The kind of the line for the VIP people, or the foot passengers. So we still had a good hour and a quarter, hour and a half to wait till anyone got in, and then obviously we had to wait till Walt Simonson turned up. So we were 3 and 4 in the queue for the sketch. So we were definitely on, it felt like, to get a sketch. And slowly even before those VMP guests got in, the line still started to fill up, and you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way through to pretty much number 9, where it was about 9 o'clock, and the person who was waiting at the front of the VIP pass, VIP entrance, so where we would have been, came in and was number 10. I think it was number 10, maybe even number 11. So we were obviously, we were also in that queue to get in at 5 and 6. So if we had got in and probably had to run, it would have been between us and that guy to get in. I know that we were taking up technically 2 spaces, but it then meant that incredibly, even though we waited from 7 o'clock and we were number 5 in the queue, there was still a potential that we were not going to get a sketch that day, which I find incredible, absolutely incredible. And by the way, my wife would have not been happy to get up early to come, to, don't want to say travel across the world to just get these sketches, but travel across, to a convention to get to the, do the 1-2 thing on my bucket list to get. And it was very close I didn't. So again, there's a hero out there who gave us these exhibitor passes, but my slight gripe here is that the paying visitor to come in would have potentially not even got a sketch from their from one of their creators, like a Walt Simonson. So the only people that were getting them were the exhibitors, let's say mates, but exhibitors, people, which I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I kind of feel bad that we got in very early because we were the exhibitors, but at the same time, that was the only way. So I think something needs to be thought of here, and I don't think this is an isolated incident. I feel extremely grateful that this person picked us. So yeah, but anyway, long story short, we got 2 sketches from Walt Simonson, one for myself and one for my wife. We were number 3 and 4. 3 and 4 in the list. Walt Simonson got there, I think, at about 10:15. So we'd probably been waiting for 2.5 hours at the stage, 2 and a bit hours. And I think he was doing a little talk, and then he had to go back to another talk because actually that talk was something that we were going to go to as well. So he did a few signatures, and then a sketch, and then a few more signatures, and then another sketch. And we were very lucky to then get our sketch done, which were my wife picked, and she got this incredible Thor sketch by Walt Simonson. I'm just going to push this a bit further up so you can get that. How good is that? And I've got a little video which hopefully I'm going to be playing at the same time as this, but that was such a pleasure to see and experience. Walt doing his sketches. It was amazing, really. So that was number 3. And then Walt had to go to a talk, which we went to as well. So we went along to that talk, talked about Fantastic Four and all the creators. So Claremont was there, and a few other people. And it was a really nice, great, engaging talk, actually. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we came back. So I then walked back to the queue to then get at the front of the queue, because we'd all been numbered. We were number 3 and 4, so we were then allowed to kind of get to the front because that was our priority, as it were. So we got to the front, and did a bit more waiting, as it feels like we do. And one of the things which we've obviously got the Thor sketch now, and one of the things which I wanted to get, because Walt Simonson also is a big dinosaur fan, and he worked on the Jurassic Park comic. I think he was the writer on it, and Perez was the artist. I thought, let's try and get something done by Walt Simonson that he really, really wanted to do. And because I love dinosaurs and Jurassic Park, I thought it was a kind of a good marriage in heaven. So I got this T-Rex done by Walt Simonson. Absolutely awesome, incredible. I think he was so happy with it. And funnily enough, when I got home from Terrificon, he actually posted this on his Instagram account because it's a very unusual thing, which was really cool to see. So this is one of my pride and joys now in my collection. So I've got this one. So I've got these two together. They are so good, absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with these, so happy. So my day was made on that Sunday. My day was made. My wife was super happy too. So it was a great day. Then we pretty much walked around and did our final bits of shopping. After that, did we get some food? I can't remember if we got food. So we did our bits of shopping, and there was not a huge number of things on my list, to be honest with you, but there on that day. But there was something which I found out the evening before, should I say, whilst I was searching on eBay, having a look and just see what's going on. And I found this incredible thing. I think it's from 1956. Batman 120, 127. Try and do that way. Batman 127. So this is the first appearance of Thor in a DC comic. Obviously, it does predate Journey into Mystery 83. So this was done in 56 and 83 was 63. So a big difference. Questionable, is this Thor's first appearance? It's obviously in DC, but how do you kind of comment around first appearances? Another one of those. But super cool book. I got it for $100. I'm so happy I found this, or found out about it the day before. Yeah, very, very cool. Really nice condition. It was quite difficult to find this, actually. I've only found it in two vendors. And the first vendor, it was completely beaten up. It wasn't a nice copy at all, and it was quite pricey. And then the second vendor was quite well priced, and it's a nice copy. This, it's an old book, so it can be a bit battered, but it's super nice for me. I'm very happy to have this. Super happy. And then it was an afternoon of collecting $1 books. Oh, actually, before I do show those, I also picked up. I also got a load of sketches. I got a load of signatures where I wanted to, and I'm going to work on this with all the Thor creators. So I've got Dan Jurgens, Walt Simonson, Brett Breeding, and then Al Milgram on here. I couldn't get JR Jr. because he was actually John Romita Jr. because he was actually doing his VIP day, so I missed him, unfortunately. But I'll hopefully get him another time. But I'll definitely be taking this along so that then I can get some more Thor creators on here, or people who've worked on Thor, whether that be inking or that's writing or drawing, or the artist. And then here's my book of $1 books, and these were all found by my wife, which because she loves to dig for those dollar books. And I was super happy with all of these. I got home and I put most of these in Mylars. I got a very nice selection here of the Mighty Thor, pretty much all Mighty Thor. Yep, I'll take you through a few of them. So this is number 387. Pretty cool, nice colors, very clean, very good for $1. Number 394, again, really good for $1. Number 395. 399 for $1, pretty good. 424, again for $1. Found issue 475. This is got got embossed colours. You can see all the shininess to it. Number 475. So this is the 470. This is 475th issue, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So it will be. It's not four. It's 47. I mean, that's 475, including the Journey into Mystery, but 475. Then 485, 486. These I ran out of mylars, so these are just in the normal bags. 488. What have we got here? We've got 490. And then a Thor Corpse number 2. So I've got 1 and 2 now picking up from at Terrificon. And then the final thing, I got Journey into Mystery number 1. So this is, I think, from 9. This is the second part of the run. So I think this is done in the late mid-90s, I think it is. But I thought it was quite cool with Loki on the front. So that's it. That's my Terrificon experience done. After picking up those dollar books, we hopped in the car, did a 3-4 hour journey back to JFK, got on our overnight flight back home to the UK, and that was our Terrificon weekend done. I super enjoyed it, loved every bit of it, except for maybe Saturday morning, which was a bit frustrating. But it was more than worth it once we did get these 2 sketches by Walt Simonson. Absolute pride and joy in my collection. I'll be putting these up on my wall at some stage. Absolutely loved it. Super recommend it for anyone who lives in the area or anyone that wants to travel to a really good comic convention with great comic creators and also loads and loads of vendors to purchase from. It was a really, really great event. The Mohegan Sun was a great hotel to host it in, so you could go out for really nice lunches or dinners. We stayed up the road, so we didn't stay in the Mohegan Sun, but I'd love to stay there next time. So you never know, could be coming back to the Mohegan Sun and Terrificon at some stage in the future. Absolutely loved it. Recommend it to anyone. So thank you very much for watching today. Please hit that like, comment and subscribe. Let us know about your pickups. Let me know about your experience of getting different sketches. I'd really love to hear about it. I'm on Instagram. Please hit that subscribe down on my YouTube channel. It really helps support. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye.